So a lot of providers are still curious about Astalty and a little bit on the fence around whether or not Astalty is the right choice for them. So rather than us tell it to you, I thought it would be more appropriate just to kind of show you the impact that Astalty has had firsthand from business owners who have checked out Astalty, have used it in their businesses, and have gone through all the different workflows and can speak about, I guess, their experience candidly as well. So we'll break down the impact survey in this video. And if you want more information about Astalty, head to the link below. And as always, if you're looking at software, do your research, do your due diligence, ask people who are actually using the software that you're looking at as well, so you can get direct feedback from what it's like. All right, so we're checking out the Astalty 2025 impact report. And this was a survey that went out to, it was 66 providers who are currently using Astalty. And we were just trying to figure out, what kind of impact had Astalty had on their business, what was the biggest time saving that they had, and whether or not they felt more comfortable running their business as well. And so the first finding from the report, we had 42% of all respondents who were spending 3 to 5 hours per week on invoicing alone. And some providers were actually doing 10 hours per week, which is crazy. After switching, 64% of those providers are now spending less than 1 hour per week on the same task. So previously, can you imagine spending more than 10 hours per week on invoicing? That is wild. To then going to, only doing an hour per week, which is absolutely amazing. If you have to do that manually, sometimes you could be spending just 1 hour on doing 5 invoices. So if you could do your entire invoicing workflow in less than an hour, that's crazy. And so some of the quotes here were, invoicing used to be so painful. Invoicing billing, I would have normally spent doing this on the weekend. So getting people their weekends back, which is fantastic. Reduced time adding case notes, billing, invoicing, having all participant information quick to access, which is nice to see. Cash flow and tracking of unpaid invoices has been the biggest improvement. And then one provider put it simply, I focus more on work and not as much on admin. And then we've got that breakdown there of the hours saved per week as well. So out of all of the respondents, we have 11 people had saved 1 to 3 hours. The most common response was 4 to 6 hours with 30 people, 7 to 10 hours, 7 people, and then more than 10 was 10 people. So 10 out of the 66 were saving more than 10 hours per week, which is fantastic. And then the report goes further. So we've got 94% felt more confident about running their business, 72% are saving at least 4 hours every single week. 58% said they're operating more efficiently or profitably. And then 76% gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. When we asked what had improved specifically, it wasn't just about saving time. It was about running a better business. So you've got things here like operational efficiency and cutting down of billable time, or non-billable time, I should say. Cut down admin time, better performance, management of staff KPIs, meeting compliance and having a single platform for all aspects of the business. The report tracking is fantastic. Going through my registration now with the NDIS, and I know my systems are in place with Astalty. Now, as we know, there's so much talk around the margin at the moment, especially in support coordination, understandably, because they haven't had a pay rise in, I think it's 8 years now. So, one of the things that really stood out from this report is 58% of providers reported an increase in revenue or profitability since switching. So 31 of those said they were operating more efficiently. 7 of those said they were generating more revenue directly. And then 28 people said it was too early to tell. So some honest feedback there as well. People weren't just glazing Astalty, which is nice. And the last finding here was we asked providers how likely they were to recommend Astalty to another NDIS provider on a scale from 0 to 10. And 50 gave it a perfect 10 out of 10, which is 76% of all respondents. 9 gave it a 7, gave it a 9, I should say. And then 5 gave it an 8, 2 gave it a 7, 1 gave it a 6, 1 gave it a 4. If you're that person who gave us a 4, reach out. Let us know how we can improve. And if you want to check out that impact report, head to astalty.com.au, head over to our blog and search for the impact report. You'll be able to see these numbers for yourself. And as always, for more information, we'll leave a link to Astalty in the bio as well.